Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So we see that it's a bit stronger sentiment, bearish sentiment on euro currency today. Actually, market shows no significant response to the area that we have specified, and intraday confidence support has been broken, which suggests that well, it's a serious challenge for reaching of the lows, as we discussed in our weekly report, that market has formed bearish grabber on the weekly chart that's just drop right there below this area. Meantime, we're coming to the next support. It's actually the last bullish chance to do something as market starts flirting with the MACD indicator. Whether it will form grabber or not, we will see, although I have really big doubts that if even grabber will be formed, that it really could change the situation drastically. But at least this is the support where we're coming, and some upward bounce here might happen. It's actually once we were waiting bounce for a bit higher level, it hasn't happened. Now we'll keep an eye on this area, some kind of to get something of that A, B, C, top, D type of action. So for taking the short position and attempt to go lower based on the weekly stuff. In cross market analysis, guys, it's also mostly stands supportive for a deeper drop here and rising of the dollar, because if we'll take a look at dollar index in the weekly chart, it stands in the tight consolidation near the top. So we do not see something really, well, some reversal action, something that kind on the daily chart it looks like some, I don't know, sideways consolidation. This market stands here. But most interesting, it's performance of the interest rates. We'll take a look at the 10-year yield. Market currently is overbought in all time frames, monthly, weekly, and the daily chart. That explains why the interest rates are coiling around 2.5 area. At the same time, even from the technical point of view, you could see first the breakout with the major 618 level on a weekly chart. This is weekly chart, guys, by the way. So, and take a look at the performance of the ABCD patch. Market has completed the OP. It's truth, but here you could see strong acceleration. It tells us that after some retracement and response of this resistance and target, chances on a further upward continuation look significant. So we could see and could get significant stronger performance here as well. So that potentially supported for the United States dollar, of course, compares to the performance of the euro currency. Well, and that in general confirms our view in the short term that indeed market could keep going lower. On the 4-hour time frame chart, here's a few moments to keep an eye on. First of all, that's a confidence area that we previously were watching. And as you can see, it has been broken without any response. And now market is coming to the support, so it's 109.50 fib level. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we have good frosting action, which is potentially might be the background for trading for scalp traders. So if you consider taking the scalp long position here from the support, it might be either the bread and butter, or it may be the double repo buy pattern here, which triggered upward bounce. So you could keep an eye for Napoli patterns based on this thrusting action. On the hourly chart, it's mostly the same story. So here is the OP, no actual reaction. Now market hits the XOP. Well, here's some kind of the minor double repo is forming as well from this most recent downward action. Although personally, guys, I'd not like to trade double repos on the hourly chart and lower, so because it's not very reliable. So anyway, here's the one important thing I would like to mention is the starting of the thrusting action. So here's I will delete the indicator. Now take a look. If you use the as absolute top as a point, you will see that here market hasn't quite reached it, the OP, and starts dropping. And now you can see that market also somehow stands at some support, although it hasn't reached as the fib level as this XOP target. That's why very often it makes sense to consider the point where the downward action directly started. And if you use this point as A, you could see that everything stands absolutely logical. Here's response to the OP, here's response to the XOP. The major XOP with this starting point might be reached. For instance, it very often happens when the market forms, for example, I don't know, butterfly or hand and shoulders that shows final spike down to complete the major XOP and turns up. But using this, well, it's probably wrong to call it as a secondary. Probably this is primary, I would say, and this is secondary. But anyway, using these tighter targets, very useful in your day-by-day trading. Why? Because if you would like to close position, you could avoid competition with placing orders when all other traders are waiting, when the major XOP will be completed. You're just out at this XOP is primary, so based on this point, XOP. The same for entry. You see that, for instance, XOP stands a bit higher compares to this support area, and you could consider taking the position a bit earlier. So just to make some reserve and stop placement for the major XOP that could be reached. So that's what we have currently. Those of you who are considering taking scalp long position, you already could start to think about it. It's because mostly market already stands at the support that we have discussed. XOP is hit. There is even some bullish pattern starts forming. 4-hour time frame chart, market stands near the support. You could either use the hourly chart pattern, or you could wait for a pattern on the 4-hour time frame chart for position taken. This is decision you could make by yourself, depending on the time frame that you're trading. Your stop will be somewhere below this fib level. For other traders who trade on a daily chart, we're start searching chance to go short, and for that purpose we need to see reaction on this support, this bounce up where the C point will be formed, and then we consider chances to go short with the possible downward continuation based on this larger A, B, C top D pattern. Because following the weekly analysis, we said this market has chances to take out this loss.